What happened to Meri Brown after Sister Wives Season 19? Dear loves, welcome to USA Drama. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel. Meri Brown has been living a more fulfilling and adventurous life since the last season of Sister Wives was filmed. She tied the knot with her former husband, Coyote Brown, in her late 20s. Meri and Coyote initially practiced monogamy, but 1 year after their wedding, they agreed to enter polygamy. In 1993, Janelle Brown joined the Brown family as Coyote's second wife, followed shortly by Christine Brown. Coyote, Meri, Janelle, and Christine wasted no time starting a family and had 13 children over the next 20 years. In 2010, Coyote decided to add another wife to his family and married Robin Brown, making her a part of his big family. A few years later, Meri felt pressured by Coyote and Robin to divorce him so they could legally marry. Coyote legally married Robin and adopted her 3 children from a previous relationship. Meri did all she could to uphold her polygamous marriage. Unfortunately, in 2015, she fell in love with another man who became a catfish, causing a scandal that damaged her relationship with Coyote, ultimately leading to their breakup in 2023. Meri has come a long way since splitting up with Coyote. In the last 2 years, she's achieved several goals and resolved many of her past issues. One of Meri's main achievements was Coyote Pass. Several years ago, Meri invested her hard-earned money in purchasing the 14-acre property in Coyote Pass, Fort Valley, with her former husband, Coyote, and his 3 wives, Janelle, Christine, and Robin. She had hoped to build on the land and spend the rest of her life surrounded by family members and 18 children. Meri's hopes and dreams for Coyote Pass ended with her relationship with Coyote. She demanded that Coyote give her a fair share of the land, while Coyote tried to give her a small portion. In 2024, Meri decided to take legal action against Coyote. She joined forces with Janelle, who also wanted the same. In 2025, Coyote put the Coyote Pass up for sale. He also gave Meri and Janelle equal ownership of the land. According to the details available, Meri walked away with $375,000 after the sale of Coyote Pass. Like other sister wives, Meri has transformed herself since splitting from Coyote. In just 2 years, she has not only lost weight, but has also become incredibly fit. Towards the end of her relationship with Coyote, Meri gained weight due to being under a lot of stress. The unhappiness and depression from being in a loveless marriage further deteriorated her health, causing her to appear exhausted. Since parting ways with Coyote, Meri has prioritized her health and embraced an active lifestyle. She has started dedicating time to making healthier choices in her life. Meri's recent social media posts prove how much she has changed in a short time away from Coyote. In April, she shared a photo of herself on the red carpet at an event. She was wearing a black dress and looked incredibly slim. Not only did Meri appear to be in great shape, but she also had a radiant glow on her face that reflected her improved mood. The photo showed that she was living a healthy life. Meri's picture received 66K likes, with Sister Wives fans praising her for her full-body transformation. An Instagram user commented, "Oh my God, Meri, you look fabulous." Another user chimed in, "Your poise and dedication to your own evolution is intoxicating." While there is no apparent animosity between Meri and the other sister wives, they are no longer as close as they once were. Janelle and Christine still maintain a friendship, but Robin and Meri are no longer in contact. Last year, Meri revealed she didn't communicate with Robin anymore. She also mentioned there was a rift between her and Robin, stating, "We were very close." And then it started. There was a divide. Meri's busy schedule has made it difficult for her to maintain relationships with her former sister wives. In 2024, during an interview with US Weekly, Meri disclosed that she had a non-existent relationship with Christine. As the 2 sister wives don't have much in common, it's understandable that they have drifted apart over time. Likewise, Meri and Janelle no longer have much in common after the sale of Coyote Pass. The 2 women are geographically distant from each other, with Meri in Utah and Janelle busy with her farms in North Carolina. Christine is busy expanding her rental business in Utah with the help of her husband, David Woolley. Janelle is trying to establish her new farm with her daughter, Madison Brush. Meri is finally renovating her B&B, Lizzie's Heritage Inn. Last year, Meri posted an update on her long-running bed and breakfast located in the idyllic town of Parowan in Utah. She announced she was shutting down her business for renovations, stating, "This beautiful 154-year-old home is in need of some TLC and needs some renovation." In March, Meri shared the latest update on the renovations. She wrote, "Things are finally happening around here," indicating that she is making progress in improving Lizzie's Heritage Inn. Although Meri hasn't posted another significant update on her bed and breakfast business, she will likely complete the renovations within this year. Hopefully, the Sister Wives cast member will be able to reopen her business sooner than anticipated. Sister Wives star Cody Brown recently sold the Brown family's Coyote Pass land for a whopping $1.5 million. And before he did that, he decided to give his ex-wives Janelle and Meri Brown bigger shares of the Arizona land, which meant that each received $305,000. In other words, he basically gave away $610,000. When he made that sacrifice, Cody seemed like the perfect gentleman. The thing is, Cody might have felt intense pressure to relinquish his 97% ownership of the land. Cody used to insult the long-suffering women who watched him fall deeply in love with another woman. He derisively described them as entitled princesses. That rude remark is just the tip of the iceberg, and Janelle, Meri, and Christine Brown are good women. They waited decades before bailing out. They were really trying to make things work. In return, they were accused of parental alienation after their splits. So, how does a man who does that turn into a Disney prince, bestowing favors on hard-up Cinderella Janelle and the always overlooked Meri possibly? He didn't change at all. Cody seemed to resent the women who'd gone through so much of his life journey with him and then left him only because he loved someone else. On the surface of things, this doesn't make a lot of sense. Cody pushed them away and then seemed to complain about them. How is that logical, however? He has his own take on things, and his belief is that these women punished him for falling in love with Robin. There may be a grain of truth to this. Back in the old days, the plural marriage seemed less dysfunctional. It was often centered around the children, which made it seem sweet, homespun, and emotionally satisfying. The kids got love from an array of moms, and the family's patriarch loved them too. They did fun activities as a group and lived together. However, the days of sledding and pumpkin carving weren't fated to last. The bad blood bubbling up from underneath began to poison the dynamic, hurting Cody, the women, and the children. Human nature always rears its head. It can't be kept down. While women in polygamy are conditioned to accept a state of silent suffering when they feel very human emotions like jealousy and anger, after decades, it was impossible for the women to really repress all of those feelings. As per Mormonism Research Ministry, sacred loneliness is about women enduring solitude while in plural marriage. Even now that Robin is in a monogamous relationship, she and Cody are fighting, as seen in the clip above. It's hard enough to make it work with one person, much less 4 people. Cody gets all the blame, but imagine how hard it would be. Whatever goes wrong is going to be considered his fault. That creates so much pressure. He's the family's leader, and falling in love with Robin wasn't his fault. The family has been through the ringer. INCLUDING Cody. He gets the villain edit every single time. People don't really give him a fair hearing, but he has feelings too. Christine felt unloved, longing for passion her husband couldn't provide. Christine found it with David Woolley, who's now her husband. Janelle had the same desires, wanting a real husband, at least some of the time. Meri, cast out after an unfortunate catfishing scandal, was lowest on the totem pole, unable to get Cody's friendship, much less his ardor. It was a mess, a truly emotionally damaging situation that left 3 wives feeling like satellites orbiting around Cody and Robin, who were on their own planet. In their world, there was a core family: Robin, Cody, and their children. Everything else seemed to come second. During the pandemic, the pressures on the family reached critical mass. It was just impossible for the Browns to live as they had before, with Cody visiting his non-Robin wives. He was too afraid of contracting the COVID-19 virus. So, the chasm between the core family and the others grew. It's easy to be glib about reality stars, but after decades, the love, time, and energy that Janelle, Meri, and Christine poured into the family was significant, and that meant significant pain when things ended. They had swallowed their pride a million times, trying to make a man who was in love with someone else pay attention to them. That is degrading. However, all believed in plural marriage and had to re-examine their beliefs in order to free their minds. Above, Janelle focuses on what's working rather than Cody, definitely moving in the right. As people get older, they change, and that's a factor here too. The fighting gets tiresome, everyone wants peace and happiness. They say that in midlife, a new attitude about ego emerges, and a person is just different. They see the big picture and want to use the time they have left to get along with others and really enjoy their lives. There's less focus on things that used to be important, but no longer are. In a sense, the midlife crisis and its aftermath also destroyed the Brown family. In midlife crisis, the person lashes out, longing for youth that is gone. They may regress a bit. When that ends, there's a period when a person starts looking at their life with a pitiless lens, under very harsh light. They think about what they want for the future. Do they really need to hold on to the same values? All the Brown parents, Cody, Janelle, Robin, and Christine, are older now and wiser. They have lived and lost. They fought so many battles. The war over Coyote Pass is now over. Garrison Brown has died. These life events have shaped everyone, changing them from the inside out. And so, people are going their own ways, or trying to. Each part of the fractured Brown family is on a journey. The journeys are no longer the same. Cody may not have sold Coyote Pass because he wanted to please his exes and make their lives easier. He may have done it because they threatened to take him to court. However, it wasn't really wrong of those women to believe that they deserved more than the pittance that they would have gotten had he retained his full 97% ownership. They paid into the family too. Cody may have awakened to the inherent unfairness of him owning so much, while they owned so little when he was the one controlling the money. All of this is quite sticky morally. Yes, he used his money to buy the lion's share, but then again, his wives couldn't freely spend the family money. As the man of the house, Cody made the decisions. This is where the issue of fairness comes in. Now, except for the fact that Christine didn't get a share, fairness is restored. But that doesn't mean that the sister wives star Cody is at peace with his relationships with his exes. In fact, there's probably more drama to come. Sister wives star Cody Brown is opening up about just how painful it's been to lose his son, Garrison Brown, and in light of the terrible things some fans said to him when his adult child, whose mother is Janelle Brown, passed away, it might be time for everyone to consider Cody's feelings. Yes, he was estranged from Garrison when he passed away, but a lot of families have conflicts and work them out in time. It's quite possible that, given more time, they would have resolved their issues. Cody can't fix things now, and processing that must feel impossible at times. The guilt and pain are probably overwhelming. Grief comes in waves. It hurts so much. Lately, Cody has been softer and kinder. He redivided the Brown family's Coyote Pass land, granting Janelle and Meri Brown larger shares. Cody did something gentlemanly, acknowledging the fact that his ex-wives paid into the family in their own ways. Christine Brown did too. Unfortunately, Cody's most headstrong ex did not receive a share of the land that she'd given back to the family. So, she was left out of the new arrangement, which will put $375,000 apiece in Meri and Janelle's pockets. On Sister Wives' May 4 episode, Cody talked about Garrison's passing, saying that it was so sad. He also stated that he didn't get a chance to make things right between them before Garrison died. He wanted to bring his boy back to Wyoming, where he could buried near his grandma Cheryl. Could anything be worse or sadder? This is as harsh as it gets, and Cody also needs to deal with shade from fans, which probably intensifies pain that's already hard to live with. On Instagram, one fan told him where he was going wrong, perhaps not realizing that Cody may be fragile right now. These fans were reacting to the latest episode, and one called Cody out for preferring the Diesel Gene model Robin Brown to parenting, writing, "As usual, most of the comments were so hateful that it's not appropriate to post them here. The comment above is one of the milder ones, but it still has a sting to it. Every time Cody reads this stuff, he must feel awful. It might be better to shut off the comments, which are found on his older posts, but he hasn't done that yet. Since Cody seems to be changing, he may be grappling with terrible grief, which is acting on him and making it easier for him to feel other people's pain. Sometimes, people have to suffer before they really understand what others are going through. It's too bad that life is this way, but people who have been through a lot can be very kind to others. They know what it's like to be sad, and they don't want other people to feel that way. Cody is getting all the blame for something complex, and this isn't fair." Garrison,